Hey y'all, my name is Shannon Ray. How the heck are ya? Good. And if not so good, I'm sorry to hear about that. Hopefully at the end of this video, you'll feel just a little bit better. It's been a while since I sat down and had a chat with you all, and honestly, I'm not even sure how to start this. I almost feel like I should offer a trigger warning. I'm gonna be talking about my faith and my mental health and how sometimes those things, they don't quite sync the way they should. I don't know for sure what it was about the past couple of months that have made it so hard to self-motivate, so hard to just push through, but it's been quite difficult. So much so that it came to a head and I decided to quit YouTube. Before I just completely jump in, let's go ahead and get started with my makeup. I've already prepped my face, so I'm really just gonna go straight in with my foundation. I prepped with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I think we all know it well. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is 6W1 Sandalwood. It's got golden undertones. There's another one I want to try out that has more cool red undertones, which I think might also work. I'm just curious what's best. I'd say it was about late March, early April when I started to really be facing some intrusive thoughts, some things that had come up where I thought I was handling it, but I kept finding myself have to talk myself through same issues day after day after day. You have to stay vigilant over the thoughts that you have. You have to stay vigilant over the way that you're speaking to God about nature, the way you're speaking to God in your prayers, the way you're honoring God through your waiting season. I was having a little bit of an identity crisis. When I left my marriage a few years back, I realized that there were so many things about myself that I had thought to be true that weren't. There were so many things about myself that I discovered that I really liked, that I had no idea about. But I needed to get to a place where I didn't attach my value to other people, how my family sees me and treats me, how my friends see me and treat me. Like I was really attaching my identity to being good, to being a good girl, to being chosen. And I assumed that in being good, I was going to be awarded the things that I wanted the most: a family of my own, a beautiful home, a thriving career. And I don't know where I got my wires crossed, so to speak, or why I felt that I was entitled to those things. Jesus absolutely wants to give us life and life more abundantly, but you miss out on all that he has for you if you get so focused in on what you expect your restoration, your redemption, your happily ever after to look like. I remember thinking, I just thought I'd be someplace else by now. I thought I'd be doing something different. I thought I'd be experiencing something different. What I've learned from those moments in the past where I'm like, oh, I thought I would be here, I thought I would do this, is to get myself to think about all that I have accomplished that I didn't see coming, all the ways that God has shown up for me that I didn't expect, all the ways that God has made himself abundantly clear that not only is he concerned about me and my joy, but he cares about the most intimate of details of my life. And that usually works. But if you don't catch those thoughts, if you allow yourself to ruminate there for too long, you can find yourself being a part of the pylon of your negative thoughts and views of yourself. And that's what happened to me. Perhaps I'm not doing my job at work that well. Perhaps I'm not as talented as I thought. I was really going through this process of kind of just tearing myself down. And it seemed like I was just looking at myself with a critical eye in the beginning, but what I started to realize was that I was starting to sell myself on not really being worthy of trying to achieve the things that I've been pushing myself to achieve. It made me want to take a step back. With a platform like this, small but mighty, I want to show up as an encourager. I want to show up as proof of what God can do. But I felt guilty about showing up knowing that I was struggling with feeling like I wanted to be someplace different. I wanted God to move differently, and understanding that I needed to just trust him. You just never know how what you put out can impact someone else. And I always want to be true to myself. Most of the time, what I truly feel is joy and love and light, and I just wasn't. I was sitting there and I was thinking about, what is it that I need? How can I make myself feel better? How can I get myself to the right spaces and places that I need to be in to be able to be effective, not only in my career, but in my relationships? What is it that I need? So I started looking at ways that I could possibly get the care that I needed. Let me tell you mistake number one, okay? I did not go to God first. I didn't go to God for the care and the pouring in that I needed. I needed to be loved on. And instead of just admitting that, I started to reach out for it in places and in people that just couldn't meet that need. Woo! Jump scare. Y'all are right. It's just a little bit of concealer. I decided that I was done with all of it. Done with YouTube, done with coaching, done with trying to pour out to people who didn't really want to receive me. And the thing is I felt kind of justified in doing so, because it wasn't anger that was leading me to make the decisions. It wasn't arrogance even that was leading me to make the decisions. I had once again put my identity in places that were not God. He might be doing a work through me, but it is not what I am. I enjoy content creation. I enjoy writing. I enjoy dancing. I enjoy these things. They're not who I am. Who I am is a tool for God. Who I am is a nurturer. Who I am is someone who really works hard and really tries, really puts forth an effort in the things that matter to them, whether that be relationships, whether that be work, no matter what it is. If the emotions I have connected to it are genuine and I really see a purpose and a pathway, you have me 100%. When I feel myself pouring out this 100% and feeling like I'm not getting it back, sometimes I'm okay. Sometimes I can really move past that and still move in a way that's true to me. There are times where there are certain people, certain scenarios, certain environments that I do expect reciprocity. And when I don't feel it, it feels like rejection. And that's an attachment style that I'm still working through. Because of that feeling of rejection, I completely stepped back to myself. The channel isn't necessary for me to serve God. The channel isn't necessary for me to do what he's called me to do. That is very light. Okay, let's fix that. The thing about being a Christian is that the beauty of it is indescribable. But leaving the world, combating what the world says, can be really, really tiresome. I kept feeling like I wasn't being seen. I kept feeling like I wasn't being valued, but in truth, I was still comparing myself to what I was seeing on other channels, other creators. And that's just not the way that I can move with this. I am doing this for a very specific call. And when I take my eyes off of that, when I take my eyes off of God, I lose myself. Not everything can be for everybody. Not everybody is attuned to hear my voice. Not everybody is meant to walk with me. There are some folks who will see me and not feel any connection. There are other folks who will see me and feel like this is their mirror. And there is so much value and beauty in that. It's like there's this need that I have sometimes for validation by seeing it in the ways that YouTube and everybody else thinks is valuable. But when I have these moments, I see those comments of folks who this reaches, and I have these interactions with people that I come across and meet in other ways or other platforms, I am reminded not of my greatness, but of God's greatness. This is Jesus's greatness. And God already values me. I don't need more value. God already sees me. I don't need more eyes on me. I need to do the work for his people. And sometimes when I'm in those moments where my mental health is at war with my emotional health, trying to regulate both of those things, I find myself spinning out, and that's what I was doing. So I went to God and I asked him if I could quit the YouTube channel and some of the other projects. It wasn't just this, some of the other projects that I was working on as well. Not only did he not answer me, He sent me more work to do. And it was through the clients that he sent me that I started to remember why I was doing this in the first place. It was through the clients who were needing help with their career moves that I was remembering how amazing it is for me to get to where I am now. God has really blessed my career path. And while I might feel some sense of imposter syndrome, anytime that happens, that simply means I'm taking my eyes, my ears, my focus off of what God has said to me. Listen. One of the biggest things that the enemy attacks is our identity. Because when we find out who we are in Christ, when we find out what we are meant to do in the kingdom, we are so powerful. But when the enemy makes those attacks on your identity, he makes you doubt yourself. He makes you feel badly about yourself. Be careful. Guard your heart, your mind, your eye gates, everything, every single day. If you feel yourself overwhelmed like I was, pouring out in all of these places and not feeling like you're receiving back, that's an indication that not only do you have your eyes in the wrong spaces, but you need some time with God. I don't regret stepping back for a while, but let me make it clear right now. I am not quitting. I am back. I needed to rest. I needed time with Jesus. I needed to talk to Jesus. I needed to be reminded of who I am to him. If you get nothing else from this video, please hear me on this. Do not let anyone talk you out of your inheritance. What God has placed in front of you is specific to you, to your strengths, to your weaknesses. God is fully aware that you would not be able to do it without him. You're meant to partner with God. You're meant to trust Jesus to get you through step by step. When the moments are feeling like you're not getting anywhere, you're not moving, God is. When you feel like you're not being effective, when you feel like you're not reaching anyone, God is. It is not about you. It might be happening to you, it might be happening through you, but it's not about you. The same way that God uses other people to bless you, he is using you to bless others. And always, always lean on that. That is enough. It might not feel like it. It might feel like you get forgotten in it, but I promise you, you're not. You are not forgotten. You are not inconsequential to what God is trying to do. He chose you. This walk has peaks and it has valleys. The point is to keep moving. All right, I'm gonna do my lipstick off camera because I just be chatting and chatting. Between us, this lipstick application was a struggle. One, because I thought that these were glosses. Ha? Joke's on me. I'm here. Mental health has been put into check. I got a support system around me. Okay? I love you. I'm rooting for you. And I'll see you on the next video. Thursday. Me there. You and me. Me and you.